Hi everyone! Thank you for joining me, the Cajun Kajit, where I do my best to find secrets and earn trophies in all of our favorite games. Today's game is Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2. This will be the first part in several parts to help you earn trophies and find secrets. Just as a disclaimer, I have already played this game. I have platinumed it, earned every trophy. So you will not actually see any pop, but I will be guiding you to earn the trophies yourself if you play along with me. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe to the channel for more videos in the future on lots of different games. This particular iteration of Help Wanted 2 is in flat mode. Most guides I've seen have been in VR mode, so I specifically chose flat mode. For those of us that get a little motion sick or nauseated in VR, this flat mode guide should be a little more helpful than the traditional VR mode.
Your first day starts now.
We are now in the Pizza Plex proper, and our first coin is to the left of the computer. We're going to turn around and go to Chica's food station, find our second coin. I realized that right here I completely missed a coin. I will come back later and get it. There is not a trophy for getting all of the coins. However, there is a secret attached to the coins. So that's why I'm walking you through and showing you where they are. Our next one's right here by the cup and the plate on the table to the left of the computer. Over on the other side of the Pizza Plex, there's another coin inside the gotcha machine that has the cupcake inside. Over here, there's no coin, there's just a machine that we will earn a tool for. It will open a door later, but right now we can't do anything with it. And here we're going to go back to retrieve the coin that I missed earlier inside the change machine. And then we're going to head back over to the computer where we will play our first minigame. First one's going to be in the sister location file, and we'll choose Ballora Gallery. This is basically a game of freeze tag, sort of. Here we will walk along. Ballora just disappeared, so now she's going to be stalking us. When you hear the music box, that means that she is moving. She will be dancing around. The music box kicks on, she starts moving. Immediately stop. Take a very small step backwards. Just in case, sometimes she can kick you. She'll be dancing around and spinning, and if her toe catches you, it'll be a game over, a jump scare. So we're going to try to avoid that by taking a very small step back when we freeze. Once the music box stops playing, you can move forward again. Here you'll see mini arenas. There's a trophy attached to throwing them. It's called Tiny Dancer. And the first time that you grab a mini arena and throw it, your trophy should pop. Be careful with these here. It is always best to grab them and throw them because they can also cause a game over. They're kind of like a magnet for Ballora. So if you don't get rid of them and they catch you, then she will catch you and give you a game over. So get rid of them, get your trophy, get rid of them, and make the game a little bit easier for yourself. Here's more mini arenas. Just get these guys out of here. Now we continue on, keeping in mind to stay patient. The closer we get to that door, the more you're going to want to panic and you're going to want to rush forward don't do it. Ballora will catch you. Even if you feel like you're pretty close, it's always safe to just stop and take that tiny step back, because she most likely will catch you. So don't rush. The key to this one is definitely patience. You can see the timer on top of the door. Don't let it panic you. You really do have plenty of time to get there, and you're really not safe to exit until you are at that blinking light that's above the door, the white light. Once you get inside of that, you're pretty much home free. But at this point, you see how close Ballora is getting to us. We did take that step back, and she's still really close. So just take your time. Always stop when you hear the music box, take the small step back, and wait for the music box to finish. As you can see here, we're pretty much home free. We've made it to the door. We're going to get our prize out of the gotcha machine. The gotcha machine gives you an animatronic or a poster or some sort of little prize that decorates the pizza Plex. Most of them are related in some way to the minigame that you just played. There are not enough minigames to collect all of the prizes. So in order to get the Hoarder trophy, where you collect all of the prizes in the machine, you'll have to choose a level that you particularly like, find easy or find fun, and kind of farm those prizes. Next up is the breaker room. In the sister location file, that's our next minigame. This minigame, it does take a little bit of patience, because you have these handles that you have to move in order to charge up a station, and sometimes it's just one handle, sometimes it's a combination of two that will charge it. I just picked up the megaphone. The megaphone is what you use to get Funtime Freddy to go back to his stage. Where he's standing now is his stage. And see, he just moved. He hears the noise, he moves, and you have to kind of look around, see if you can spot him, aim the microphone at him, and make it talk, and that will kind of settle him down and send him back to his stage. And while you're doing that, you want to be pushing these levers forward. If you look at the lever on the bottom, on the right side, you'll see these gauges, and they fill up with charge. So each time you move the lever, you'll see a light turn green, and the needle will move on the gauge. Here, at this point, as close as Funtime Freddy got to us, you can actually boop his nose. And that is another trophy that you can get. When he gets really close, boop his nose really fast, and then send him back to his stage with the microphone. It sounds tougher than it actually is. He can get pretty close to you before he actually catches you, so you do have time to boop the nose and then send him away with the microphone. And then in the meantime, continue pushing those levers and getting the station charged up. If you pay attention to the right side, you can see some of those lights are green. You want them all to be green, and it will take a combination of levers for some of them. And sometimes what you just saw, the levers will kind of switch. You'll turn one on and turn another one on, and it will turn off the first one. You just kind of have to fiddle with them a little bit.
You must be hearing things, silly.
Sometimes one lever must be pushed forward before another one. So you'll see, the one lever will be pushed, then you'll push another one, and the first one will go back down. Typically that means the other one has to be pushed first. So it just takes a little bit of practice and patience. If you notice here, his eyes are blinking. That means that he's registering the microphone that you are pointing at him. When his eyes blink, that means he's going to move away. So that is a very good indicator that you're getting him to go back to the stage. I don't know if you were able to hear that when the mechanism is actually engaged, when you are pushing the levers properly, you will hear the engine get louder. That means it's actively charging and you have pushed the correct levers to charge up one of the gauges.
It's bedtime. Let's go back to our stage. Oh, calm down. I think it was just a mouse. Nope, no one is here. Oh, calm down. I think it was just a mouse.
If you guys are listening to what Funtime Freddy is saying and what the megaphone is saying back, it's actually pretty funny. It's a very clever little way to throw in conversation between animatronics. I love things like that. I think it's just so funny, especially if you have played other Five Nights at Freddy's games. It's just a cute little tidbit in there that made me laugh.
Everything is okay. Everything is okay. Let's go back to sleep. Calm down and go back to sleep. No one is here.
Just as a note, Funtime Freddy does have certain places that he likes to go. One of the first, like, he'll take a step forward, either straight or in the left or the right direction. Then when the lights blink off again, he'll be even closer. So he likes to go to the right or the left of
No one is here.
the main wires in the middle of the room. Sometimes you'll see his face right in those wires.
Calm down and go back to
As he
sleep.
gets closer,
No one is here.
he'll typically come directly in front of your console where you're working, or he'll go all the way to the right or all the way to the left. Be cautious when he goes to the left because you do have to turn quite a bit in order to see him. He can sneak up on you and jump scare you. So just keep that in mind as you're playing. There are certain spots that he will almost always go to. And if you are looking for him, you see the lights blink, you know he's moved. Continue to look in those same areas because it's most likely he's in one of 5 or 6 areas most of the
Let's go
time.
back to our stage.
As you can see, we're kind of sort of getting close to the end now. We have only, 2 gauges left to fill. This is a particularly long level.
It's bedtime. Let's
It
go
does
back
take
to our stage.
some patience in figuring out the combination of levers and which one needs to be pushed first
It's okay.
in order to charge up the gauges on the console. And then on top of that, you have to stop quite a bit to send Freddy back to the stage. And that can take a lot of time as well because you have to engage him where his lights blink and he'll actually move backward. If you're not pointing the megaphone in the right direction and you don't get his eyes to blink, he'll just continue to move forward.
Go back to sleep.
But we are getting pretty close to the end now. We're on the last gauge, getting that one charged up. And then we should be finished and going to get our next gotcha prize.
Great job. This completes your tasks for the night.
We're now back at the gotcha machine. We're going to get another animatronic related to our last minigame. And I'll pull him up on the stage and let you guys get a look at him. The next mini game that we're going to play is also in the sister location file, the office private room. In this one, it's more like the traditional Five Nights at Freddy's, where you're in a room and you're using cameras to see where the animatronics are and where they're moving. And you'll have to close doors, and there is a vent in front of you. Keep an eye on the time, keep an eye on the power. You don't want to let your power run out, or it's an immediate game over. If you notice to the right here, there was a coin. I picked it up before I was able to record, so just for your reference, the coin is right there. Please don't forget to pick it up and start checking out your cameras. In this particular minigame, we're going to be going up against Ennard. There's no other animatronics in here, only him in this one. Later on we'll have some harder ones, but for now we only have to deal with Ennard. This particular camera, when you see Ennard in it, he could be moving to the other side. He could be passing through to get to a different area, but a lot of the time he will come straight at you through the vent in front of you. So do be aware of that. See, he's moved now. We're going to check the other cameras and see if he possibly used that vent to move over to the left side. It's just best to stay vigilant with the camera. See, there he is inside of the closet. Just keeping our eye on him in that closet. He'll probably come out and end up moving toward us through the right door. There he is in the hall. He'll probably come at us from the right door. Take your time when he comes at you. You want to conserve as much power as possible, so we're actually going to let him take a few steps toward us before we close that door. Let him get to where there's a light that's on. Let his foot get as close to the edge of that light before it gets dark, before you close the door, to conserve power. And then once you close it, if you hear him knocking, count to 3. Count 3 seconds before you reopen that door, because he can still be standing there if you open the door too soon, and he can jump scare you. Remember to keep checking those cameras. He's in the closet again. Keeping an eye on those cameras is very important. Obviously, it gives you an idea of where he's going to be coming from. But in the vent in front of you, the sound is just panic-inducing whenever he's coming at you from there. So be vigilant. And here he comes on the right side again. Let him take those 4 or 5 steps forward and close the door. Sometimes he'll knock, sometimes he won't. Make sure to wait. If he knocks, wait at least 3 seconds before opening the door. And then get back to searching for him in the cameras. He is back in the vent. Be prepared to push that button below you if you hear the sound of him coming towards you. See there? Do you see what I mean about the noise? It causes a pit of dread. But yeah, just use your quick button to go down and look at the console, and then move a little over to the left to get that vent button, and Remember, you probably have a little more time than you think you do based on the sound of the music that plays whenever he's crawling towards you. Try not to panic. On the left side again, let that foot get as close as possible to where the shadow starts before closing the door. Wait and make sure and open the door after at least 3 seconds after the knocking. Or if he does not knock, it's probably best to wait 5 to 6 seconds before opening that door. And we have 19% power. That's not so bad. I know we're getting close to the end now. Just staying vigilant with our timing on those doors. See how quickly the power goes down when the door's closed? That's why we wait until the last possible second to close the door. And we are safe. We're going over to the gotcha machine again to get our next prize. We'll walk over and show the animatronic that we earned, which is entered. And then we'll head back over to our computer and go to backstage, and we're going to do Salon Staff Makeover. There is a trophy that you can get here. There are different levels of the staff makeovers. And if you paint with the dark green paint a staff bot, Roxy, and Shattered Roxy in all 3 of those mini games, you'll get a trophy called It's Not Easy. So don't forget to do that. Even in this one, even if you get it wrong, you do get a free pass. You won't get, jump scared if you make one mistake. But in this mini game, you'll see on the computer screen to the right, there will be indicators of what you have to paint on each staff bot. So you look at the shape and the color and dip your brush in there to get the color on, and then paint the particular part of the face of the staff bot with whatever color and pattern that is indicated on the computer screen. And you'll also have accessories to your left. You spin the staff bot heads around. You can get things like glasses, earrings, necklaces, mustaches, hair, all different types of accessories. And you'll just follow what shows on the computer screen. All of your accessories are all the way to the right. You'll see them on the right. And you have to pick the correct ones to decorate the staff bot. These are not nearly as panic-inducing as some of them. They're pretty easy. There is also another trophy that you can get by making a staff bot look just like the alligator. Monty. Yes, if you make it look just like Monty, you give there's a mohawk haircut you can put on the bot's head, and there's also the glasses that are they're pink and green, and they're shaped oddly. They're not round or square. They're, kind of odd shape, 80s looking. And you also put green paint on the face. That will earn you a trophy. Let's see. What is the name of that trophy? Monty Understudy? Yes. In the meantime, we're just going to go ahead and decorate these guys the way that the computer tells us to. which isn't too difficult. You have plenty of time.
Places, please.
As you can see, the further on you go, the more accessories are given, the more differing types of colors. You'll have to change your color for pretty much every part of the staff bot's face. And at the end here, you have every type of accessory: head, eyes, ears, neck, and mustache. So it does get more and more difficult as you continue to go through, but overall this is one of the easier ones. It's not particularly my favorite, but it's not difficult either.
Congratulations, your skills are suitable. Report
And
to the
we
inbox
have
the log of your
completed
next shift.
this minigame. We're gonna go and get our gotcha prize. And of course we got some staff bots to go up on our stage. And this will be the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. And never forget, Khajiit always has wares. See you next time.